Hey there and welcome. Moving to a new country comes with a ton of new things to figure out. And let's be honest, banking can seem like a big one. But don't you worry, we're here to help you get a handle on it. Let's dive into this explainer and make your first financial steps in Canada super simple and clear.
So this whole explainer is put together by us here at Phenological Consultants. It's actually the third video in our big 10-part series, which is totally designed to give you the essential tips and tools you need for a successful start here in Canada.
All right, before we really jump in, just a quick heads up. Think of this as your starting guide. It's basic information to get you going, but it's not official settlement advice. We always recommend you check out the official websites for the most current details.
So here's what we've got on tap. First, we're going to talk about why you can feel really good about the Canadian banking system. Then we'll look at your different choices, banks, credit unions, all that stuff. We'll cover the 2 accounts you absolutely need, how to pick the perfect one for you, and then the simple steps to get it open. And finally, we'll talk about what comes next.
Okay, let's get right into it, starting with a little peace of mind about where you'll be keeping your hard-earned money. The first thing you should know, and this is a big one, is that Canada's banking system is known all over the world for being super safe and stable. It's regulated by the federal government, and your deposits are protected by something called the Canada Deposit Insurance Corporation, or CDIC. So you can have real confidence that your money is secure.
Okay, so you know your money's in a good place. But where exactly should you put it? Let's break down the main types of financial institutions you'll find here.
The first big choice you'll probably run into is this: bank or credit union. They might look the same from the outside, but how they work is actually pretty different. So what's the real story?
Here's the main difference in a nutshell. Banks are for-profit corporations. Their job is to make money for their shareholders, and they usually have branches all across the country. Credit unions, on the other hand, are not-for-profit cooperatives. They're owned by their members, people like you, so their focus is on serving the local community, often with better rates.
But wait, there's a third option that's getting really popular: online-only banks. Just like the name says, they don't have physical branches. And because their costs are lower, they can often pass the savings on to you. We're talking accounts with no monthly fees, which is awesome. And yep, your money is still protected by that same CDIC insurance.
Now, this next part is a huge pro tip, so listen up. Almost every bank and credit union has special deals just for newcomers. This could mean no fees for a year, a free credit card, you name it. You have to ask for the newcomer package. Seriously, don't forget that phrase.
All right, so no matter which institution you pick, there are 2 basic accounts that are going to be the foundation of your financial life in Canada. They're like the building blocks for everything.
First, you've got your checking account. Think of this as your day-to-day workhorse account. It's where your pay goes in and where money for rent, groceries, and your phone bill comes out. Just keep an eye out for any monthly fees or limits on how many transactions you can make.
And second is the savings account. This is for, you guessed it, saving. This is where you park money for the future, whether it's for an emergency, a down payment, or just a rainy day. And the best part, the bank pays you a little bit of interest just for keeping your money there, helping it grow.
So, we've covered the what. Now let's talk about the how. How do you actually sift through all the options and pick the right account for you? You've just got to ask yourself a few simple questions. First, think about your habits. How often will you be paying for things or transferring money each month? And that newcomer deal is great, but what happens after a year? What's the regular monthly fee? Also think about if you'll need things like e-transfers. A little planning now can save you a lot of money later.
To make this whole process way easier for you, we've dropped a link in the description to something called the Account Comparison Tool. It's a fantastic government tool that lets you line up different accounts side by side to see how they stack up. Seriously, use it to find your top 2 or 3 choices.
All right, you've done your homework, you've made your choice, now for the fun part, actually opening the account. And trust me, it's a really straightforward process.
So, what do you need to bring with you? It's pretty basic. You'll need your passport and whatever document shows your status in Canada, like a work permit or your permanent resident card. If you have proof of your address, like a lease, bring that too. And a cool thing is, a lot of banks will let you start this whole process online even before you arrive.
And just like that, you've got your accounts set up. You are officially banking in Canada. So what's next? Let's quickly talk about where you go from here on your financial journey.
Okay, one last pro tip for you. Remember those monthly transaction fees we talked about? Well, there are clever ways to keep them low. And one of the best ways involves using a credit card. And that is exactly what we're going to talk about in our very next explainer, video number 4 in our series, which is all about building your credit in Canada. It's a huge topic you won't want to miss.
I really hope this gave you a clear roadmap to get started. If it was helpful, do us a favor and hit that like button, subscribe so you don't miss the rest of the series, and share it with anyone else who's new to Canada. And remember, those links for video number 4 and that super useful comparison tool are right down there in the description. Thanks so much for watching.